I can already promise you today it's going to get fluffy. So I just came back from a beautiful 2-hour winter walk. It's crazy how early it gets dark at this time of year. So by the time I got back now, it was completely dark. I totally deserve my snack today. This is our paper bag, not one of my favorites. Let's check the animal first. We have an elephant today. And the snack is another American one. I don't know these. These are called little worms, warheads, fruity flavored, sour outside, sweet and chewy inside, wiggly all overs. Very interesting description. I'm all about chewy and sour. Ooh. Okay, that's what they look like. There's two different colors. So there's like this peach and the green. So we have to try both. Okay, this is another snack that will kill your teeth. And yep, it's sour. Totally my thing. I don't know what the green one is supposed to taste like, but it kind of tastes like sour apple. Let's see what the peach one tastes like. Hard to say what that's supposed to be. It's sour, not as sour as the green one. I guess it could be peach or strawberry. Hard to say. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to rate these 7 out of 10. So here we are at my desk. Here's a closer view of the packaging of these little worms. Very strange little creatures indeed. Today's prompt is feathers and a bingo card. And the reason why I know this is going to get fluffy is because I'm actually filming this in reverse. I just finished filming my page and I made a very fluffy feather. And we also have another kind of a prompt today in honor of our girlfriend, Ronda Winstead. Hi, sweetie. I hope you're doing well. You know what this is about, but I'll tell you more about that later. I usually try to avoid to look at prompts before I go to sleep because otherwise I cannot sleep. Otherwise it rotates in my head the whole night and I'm just tossing and turning thinking about what I could do with this prompt. But for some reason last night I decided to look at the prompt and I thought maybe I can plan a little bit ahead. And then I researched how I can make my own feathers because yes, of course, I could just take a feather. I have plenty, but I wanted to challenge myself to try something new and to make my own feather. And I stumbled upon some macrame. I found a few where they make feathers, but of course they use this thicker kind of macrame yarn, which is completely different than anything I have. So I experimented for a few hours last night. And this morning before I filmed, and finally I found a solution that I was really happy with. So instead of the macrame yarn, I am using this cute fluffy yarn. I don't know what this would be called. I don't know how you could search for this. Maybe it would come up if you search for fluffy yarn. It comes in different colors, but I used the white. And I will link the video of the technique that I used to make this feather. I also filmed myself making my feather, but because this yarn is so fluffy, it's really hard to see what I'm actually doing. So I'd rather have you watch the macrame video where it shows very clearly step by step of how to do this. I, of course, didn't stick completely to the tutorial. I added a few things and I think the outcome is super fun. So here you see me starting with the feather. I originally cut 8 times approximately 17 centimeters, but then I only used 6 of those. And I cut one piece like it shows you in the tutorial that was longer for the middle piece. And then I started off by putting a bead on the top and I kept using glue in the middle in some parts as well because I didn't want the knots to move or to open. And I put the bead on the top because I wanted the loop on the top to stay as it is and not to get bigger or smaller. And then I knotted on the right and on the left 6 of those threads, putting 2 more beads in between. And this feather feels so soft. I am so in love with this. So I hope if you have yarn like this, you give it a try. Maybe you have macrame yarn that would work as well. There are also tutorials that show this kind of technique with packaging twine. I tried that last night as well, but it didn't work as well. The bottom just somehow didn't come together as nicely. So for my elements, my elephants, I have these two adorable elephant charms, and I attached them to a pin with two turquoise beads and then added chains, 2 different lengths. I'm going to attach those to the top where I added this big ring here. Then I'll close the ring. And they can dangle like this. Okay, so it doesn't have the shape of a feather yet. So I'm going to try to trim the shape a little bit. Now it's more in the shape of a feather. I love how soft and fluffy this is. Oh. And then there's one more very important thing I want to add. Our sweet friend Ronda Winstead asked Louisa and myself if we could include the color pink in one of our prompts, and we decided to use today's prompt for this. And the pink stands for breast cancer awareness. We were very happy to do this. I have the biggest respect for Ronda. Ronda, you are such a trooper and such an inspiration for all of us. How you are handling your situation is absolutely mind-blowing. So my heart goes out to you, sweetheart, and please keep inspiring the rest of us. So for my pink, I've chosen this amazing pink Avril yarn that I've had like forever. And I thought, why not just tie some through this ring and add some pink that way. Obviously, the pink is optional, but we were super happy that we could show our support somehow. We love you so much, sweetie. I will link Ronda's channel below. Ronda is such a sweetheart, and she has really cute crafting ideas, not just junk journaling, but also a lot with fabrics and sewing and quilting and all these fun things. Isn't that cute? Ronda, that's a tribute to you. So I just shared a photo of this with Louisa. She thinks it's very cute, but she also said it looks like I slaughtered a llama. This girl cracks me up. But she had a fabulous idea, because I also shared a photo with her of a new Distress Oxide spray that just arrived today in time for this prompt. I'm super thrilled. It's Kitsch Flamingo. And Louisa suggested that I try to spray the ends of the feathers. I am super nervous because I'm most concerned about the yarn not being fluffy anymore. But the ephemera is also about experimenting, right? So I am going to try this. Please keep your fingers crossed that I'm not going to ruin this. And I just really want the tips of the feathers. I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do. It looks very cute. And I'm going to let this air dry. Okay, let's look on which page we can add this feather to. I want a page which is relatively sturdy, of course, even though the feather is light. It does add some weight. How about this one? Look, this one even has pink. I'm not sure which oxide spray this is. I think I have the same one. Maybe it's one of those purples, because when that oxidizes, it turns pink on matte photo paper. I don't know if it turns pink on the regular copy paper, but that's perfect, actually. And I like that the background isn't too busy, because I think I want to add some interest to that. But in the meantime, I can share this with you. This has dried pretty much. I think it looks super cute. Thank you again, Louisa. That was a great tip. And I shared a photo with Louisa as well. And then she said, now it looks like a feather from like a fantasy bird that fell from the sky. I like that much better, Louisa, than a slaughtered llama. Thank you. So these two go together really well. And of course, we still need the bingo card. I have vintage bingo cards, but I couldn't find mine. So I decided to create a printable with bingo cards. So this is my printable. We have one large one with these gorgeous flowers and white splatters. And then we have two smaller ones. One has this bird and one has these beautiful sewing scissors and feathers. So actually this one here already satisfies all of the prompts except the elephant, because we have the bingo card, we have the feathers, and we have the pink. So if you want something very quick, you can just glue that onto your page and decide how to add your elephant. I'm going to cut out this bingo card, and then I'm going to do something that was again an idea now from Louise when she saw this feather. How cool is it to have a friend like Louise who gives you these amazing tips? So I'll cut out a few of these numbers and then I'll show you what I'll do with them. And I'll cut this one out. Sorry, I forgot to mention, this is a goodie and you can get it at minus 50% from today to December 31st, 2022. And the code that you will need to enter when you check out is DEF2022 pink. So I have 3 of those bingo numbers. I backed them with pink cardstock. I've edged them with walnut stain and I will emboss them because I want them to look more like tiles. So I'm going to use my clear embossing powder and my pen. As mentioned, I think yesterday, if you don't have any tools for embossing, just use a glaze or even just like a glossy Mod Podge or something like that if you want the glossy look. Oops. And I think I'll do this more than once. So this is what it looks like after I've glossed it once, but I think I'll go over it one more time. I mean, it would be okay, I guess, but I'll just go over it one more time. So this is after the second time, and it does seem more glossy and a little bit thicker, so I like that. Then I'm going to make small holes into them on the top. I'm going to use the small hole of my crocodile. So there's one. I'll do the same thing with the other 2. And then I'm going to attach 3 jump rings, 1 to each. And with those, I'm going to attach these to these chains with the elephant. As I'm looking at it now, maybe I'll only manage 2. Nah, we'll see. So I'm adding 1 on top to that large jump ring. That's totally cute. They are a bit big. I wish they were smaller. Maybe I'll just do the 6. So I added the 6 on one of the chains and I think I'm going to leave it at that. I think a third one would be too much, but it's super cute. Thank you again, Louisa. I love it. Then I want to spray this background, obviously with some Kitsch Flamingo. I'm going to use this stencil again. It's the one from Studio Light. It's a grunge mask and I will link it below. It's going to get very pink. Oh, that looks fabulous. And this, of course, I'm going to put on some packaging paper. I actually have some here, which those spray bottles that I just got came in. Look how gorgeous that came out. I love it. Oh, and another fun fact, when I showed Louise the results with this Kitsch Flamingo spray, she actually texted she needs that spray. It looks super cool. Yeah, I think Louisa has made her piece with pink a while ago, so I think she's fine with it. So another spray, which is brand new, is this walnut stain. So I want to add some of that as well, just because I want a little more contrast on the background. Yes, very nice. And here's what that looks like on the packaging paper. I love it so much. I love these pieces equally as much as the actual project. So this is what it looks like once it has dried. I love it. And this is our bingo card. I have backed it with pink cardstock. And actually, I'm just realizing I need to ink up this back corner as well. I'm using walnut stain. And I also treated myself with something else when I ordered these sprays. I got myself my first embossing glazes. I am so excited to try these. So I went with these 4 colors. I wanted different colors, but they weren't available. So I got fossilized amber, speckled egg. So obviously these are my colors completely. And then I also have beautiful rusty hinge and walnut stain. Do you ever feel guilty for buying craft supplies? Because I do, which is really stupid because this is what I do for a living. So why am I feeling guilty? I don't know. I think it's because I know not everybody can get these. First of all, logistically, and also I know not everybody can afford to buy all this stuff. So I think that's why I feel guilty. So what I want to do is spray the bingo card with a little bit of water. Just a few drops here and there. Like I did the other day, I forgot which day. All the days are kind of mixing now. Then I'm going to dab the water away. Otherwise the embossing powder is not going to stick well. And then I'll add the glaze. What a gorgeous mustard color. Yeah, perfect. It's just a few spots. How fun. Okay, I will heat those up. So once it is melted, it is pretty subtle. You can really only see it here, here, and here, but that's okay. I just wanted to try it out. Then I'm going to glue this card on like this so that I have this tip peeking out here. Maybe I should first make a hole because that's where I want to hang my feather. And why not put an eyelet through that? So now I'll glue it on here, and I'll glue it on like this and maybe just here on these edges so that it's also a tuck spot. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to attach our feather. Louisa has an empty bulb pin here, which looks cute, but I'm going to steal that because I need it now. Very practical, Louisa. I love how you think. Let's add this. I love how fluffy this is. So Ronda girlfriend, this is Louisa and my dedication to you and our friendship. Thank you so much for this inspiration with the pink. I love this addition to my journal. So feathers and bingo card, check. Have fun with this prompt. I'm going to go ahead and watch Louisa's video because I cannot wait to see what she has done with this prompt and with the pink. So let's go check that out together. See you tomorrow. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.